Taxi!
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kaye.
Brotherhood of man, a benevolent brotherhood of man, a noble tie that binds all human hearts and minds into one brotherhood of man. There is a brotherhood of man, a benevolent brotherhood of man, a noble tie that binds all human hearts and minds into one brotherhood of man. Your lifelong membership is free. Keep a giving each brother you can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, that great big brotherhood? Thank you very much, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You probably hear that every week on television. You hear somebody say, welcome to the show. But I do mean it sincerely, but how else can I say it, actually? That is our national way of saying, welcome to the show. As a matter of fact, wherever you go, anywhere in the world, people have their own special way of greeting one another. For example, in a farm area in Bulgaria, where two farmers might meet, they might say, good evening, and may your crops rotate. Or up in the frozen north, an Eskimo will greet his neighbor with, good evening, and may your ears not fall off from this ridiculous weather. Or on the African veldt, when two natives meet, they say, good evening, and look out for the elephant! Anyway, we're very glad that you're with us tonight. And in a few minutes, we're going to be going on a little...
Countdown, minus 1 minute.
That's my cue. I've got to meet Jose Ferrer. And if you watch closely, you'll probably see two of the most unlikely astronauts you've ever seen in your life.
At countdown, minus 45 seconds, this is Major Shorty Towers at Central Control here at Cape Canaveral. Waiting on the launching pad inside their Gemini capsule are Commander James Chuck Barnett and Major Charles Jimmy Thornton. Today's historic flight will be the first attempt to determine whether two men can function and cooperate as a working team in isolated outer space. Now, at countdown minus 20 seconds, we switch from Central Control to the cabin of the Gemini capsule, where specially installed television cameras will permit us to watch the astronauts during actual liftoff. Countdown minus 15.
This is it, Chucko.
What, Tiger?
Same to you, buddy.
Can you believe it? After all these months of sweating and training and working like this, we're finally here on this flight.
Jackpot time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Central control to Gemini 1. Beautiful liftoff, boys. You went right through the big top. Do you read me?
Loud and clear, Shorty.
All systems are go, all conditions green, everything on board, A-OK.
Roger. Proceed to your checklist of the pre-orbital flight plan.
Affirmative. Double check me, Chuck.
Roger, Jim.
Jettison liquid oxygen tanks. Second stage package in release position. Horizon scanner set for 360 degrees. Centrifugal metabolical check. Pitch on manual. Yaw on remote. Suit temperatures relayed to auxiliary power unit. Port magneto on the airborne radar. You got that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Your first stage has just fallen away. Looks like you're really on the road.
Well, you made it, buddy.
Glad to have you aboard, Jimmo.
You are now about to experience the G-forces, boys. You may anticipate a gravitational pull of up to 9 Gs.
I'm sure glad they picked us for this flight, champ.
Wouldn't have been the same without you, Gipper.
Happier in my corner! Wouldn't have been the same without you. No place I'd rather be. You're beautiful. I think we're gonna be all right. You know it.
Wow, that was a killer.
I don't know how we got through it. Thanks. I needed that. Let's go to work now. Adjust attitude rockets, switch to orbital flight, and telemetry control.
Roger, Dodger.
You all right, Skipper?
Yeah, yes, I'm fine. It's just that it's been a tough week.
You know it. Sitting in this tub 8 hours waiting for the weather to break.
Man, wasn't that something?
Yeah, and that 4-hour briefing this morning, it was murder.
And that party last night didn't help.
Party? What party?
Well, you know, the big party. Everybody at the Cape was there. You must have... There wasn't any party.
There was no party?
No party, absolutely no party. No party at all.
Why did you mention the word party?
I don't know. I wanted to say something, and the word
Well,
party
I mean, but if
slipped
it hadn't
out.
been on your
I
mind,
could
you
have said
wouldn't have
anything
thought of
else,
the
but I
word
said party.
huh?
Why do you touch
Well,
such
why
an
didn't you
important
say
thing?
something else instead
Nothing,
of
Chuck.
party?
I was just putting you on, that's all.
Oh, well, don't do that anymore, Jimaroo. We've got more important things to do up here.
Sorry, Palomino.
Well, we'd better get our helmets on before we get the pressure will get to us.
Roger, Dodger.
There was a party, wasn't there?
There was no party.
Without a doubt of a question, there was a party. And they didn't even ask me.
Oh, that?
Yes, that.
Oh, well, this is just for when we land.
Oh, I see.
Hand those Navy guys a laugh.
Oh, sure.
Break them up. You know.
Oh, yo, first traction station coming in. Hand me the position finder.
Roger.
Who was at the party?
All right, there was a little gathering.
Well, who was there?
Just a small group, my immediate family.
Oh,
A few close friends.
I see.
The President of the United States.
Oh, that's low. That's a new high in Lowe's. I'm all right to do all the hard work around here, but they didn't even have the courtesy to invite me to a party, huh? I'm getting out of here.
Come back here, Chucko. Look, we've got to prove to the world that two guys can work and get along together up here.
Double Roger, Jimmy Jam. What's next, space buddy?
Check roll jets and ionize the Doppler position.
Roger.
2420, check?
Check.
Now we're cooking, boy. We're a team again.
Yes, sir. No more of that nonsense about the party.
Right.
Right. Better call below for instructions on phase 2.
Roger.
All right, shall we see it all? Let's get it over with, huh? Any more?
There's only one more thing.
Well, let's see it. Must have been a real classy party. Anybody fall in the pool?
Gemini, come in, Gemini.
We read you, Central Control.
Jim, you're lined up with Telstar for your first world telecast. You will be picked up and seen at beep -5. Over and out.
Thank you, Central. Turn on the transmitter, Chuckle Duckle. I'm ready to telecast.
You're ready to telecast? Who made you Mr. Show Business?
Well, I'm supposed to do it.
Well, you were at the party. I'm going to
There
do
wasn't
the
any
telecast.
party.
Now,
Come
there
back
wasn't.
here with
I don't
that.
want
Well,
to.
well, give me
I
off
will let
now.
me go on the television. You know.
Give me that. Hello, world. This is Major Charles Jimmy Thornton speaking to you from the United States space capsule Gemini. Though my partner and I have been up for just a short while, we've both been impressed by our ability to work hand in hand and in a spirit of complete and selfless cooperation, despite the fact that an undertaking of this magnitude is fraught with tensions and possibilities for conflict. Projected in the future are more trips of this nature involving many more astronauts, and it is a hopeful sign that to this point we have managed to dispel the fear of space psychologists that men living for performing highly complex technical operations with cooperative quarrels, petty bickering, and all too human pain. There is no room for unhealthy competition here in space anymore than there is. It should also be noted that the expected hallucinations and mental aberrations predicted by the medical division did not as of this moment occur. Nor did we detect any malfunctions in our speech that would cause any naffle-daffle wee, right?
I would say that in all our experience, we have had no significant man. That's why we say, racing to the moon. I am
Just the other day, I was chatting with Joe Ferrer, and you probably know that he has had an enormous amount of experience with Shakespeare and most of his plays. And he made a rather interesting point. It was interesting to me, anyway. He maintained that Shakespeare used to write for the mass medium of his time, which was the theater. And if he were alive today, he would be writing for the mass medium of today, which is television. And as you all know, Shakespeare had a great deal of music in his plays. So if he were alive today and writing for television, he would probably be writing for the Ed Sullivan Show. And Ed would probably say, well, last week we brought you The Taming of the Really Big Shrew. And today we bring you that jolly, melancholy Dane, Hamlet.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Or whether 'tis nobler in the mind to wages, fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, there's the rub, oh, what a road in the peasant slave. I just can't make my naughty sword behave. Tonight, Ophelia, something's rotten to the core here in the palace at Elsinore, Ophelia. To avenge my dad, I'll make Claudius wince, for I am Hamlet, and I am a prince. To a nunnery, Ophelia.
Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Double toil and trouble,
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, we're here to you all in turn. Hello, hello, hello. It's great to be with you again, friends, Romans and countrymen. Hello, 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 hello. What light through yonder window breaks?
I don't know, tell me do.
It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
And I am a Montague.
We're Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, on Shakespeare we will take a chance. Hello, hello, hello. Say, Rosencrantz,
Yes. Yes, Guildenstern.
who's that lady I saw you with last night?
That was no lady. That was Polonius's daughter.
Oh, really?
No, Ophelia. Say, Gildy,
Yes, Rose.
who was that bachelor I seen you with last night?
That was no bachelor. That was Desdemona's husband.
Oh, really?
No, Othello.
So we say, California, here we come. Right back where we started from. Where you cook dinners that will suit us. I couldn't eat a thing.
I know I ate two Brutus.
Hello, hello, hello. Once more into the breach, dear friends.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's time for us to go.
As Julius Caesar said, as he died with great decorum.
A funny thing happened to me.
Where?
On my way to the forum.
Cause all's well that ends well, and so. And that's the end of our show. I'll ask for Yorick. Keep happy, keep cozy,
With Gildy.
and rosy. And that's the end of our show. I really mean it. And that's the end of our show. Hey, there was a party.
There was no party.
And that's the end of our show.
Oh, how do you do? Up, that's it, fine. It's all right, one small broken leg. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're anything like I am, you must receive an enormous charge when you hear march music. It has been proven medically, socially, emotionally, psychologically, that those of us who listen to march music have a tendency to be rigid, inflexible, and thereby creating what we call the moment stand. And I say, and so we bring you Tony Sharmley and his dancers.
Hello? What? No, I'm sorry, I don't know. What? I'm afraid I've no way of knowing that. Well, no, how would I know? No, I'm afraid I don't know. I just don't know, that's all. Well, why do you ask me? I'd be the last person in the world to know that. One moment, please. Hello, British intelligence. Darling, you know how busy I am. I've told you never to call me during World War II. Hello. Oh, dear. Yes.
Request permission to see you, sir.
Permission granted. What on earth do you want, Wilson?
Sir, our people have just captured General Werner von Kleinhocker.
Von Kleinhocker? Impossible. Why, he's the biggest fish we've ever caught in on it. I must interrogate him at once. Send in the kraut.
Kraut? The big-time German general you call a kraut? I know there's a world conflagration going on, but after all, let's not get nasty.
That will do, Wilson. General, I am Major Derek Smythe-Smith, British Army Intelligence.
And I am Werner von Kleinhocker. I find I have the misfortune to become a prisoner of war. I shall expect suitable quarters, an orderly as my aide, and all the respect and protocol due an extremely high officer of my rank.
Boy. Sit down, General.
Thank you.
I can assure you, sir, that the articles of the Geneva Convention will be followed to the letter. And now, General, there is one rather important matter that I do very much want to take up with you. Oh, I say, I am so frightfully sorry.
Thank you.
Now, General, about the matter of military installations and troop concentrations, we should very much like...
Oh, American.
Yes.
I will say they definitely know how to make a cigarette.
Yes, quite. General, as a member of the German High Command, there is certain information that we know you have had...
Milder. Definitely mild.
You see, we know from our reconnaissance chaps...
And menthol cool.
Yes, General. We have certain photos that show us that large
You
concentrations...
get a lot to like.
Enough of your jiggery pokery. Now, we know that you have a bevy of ball-bearing bomber bases in Bremerhaven. What can you tell us about your diesel-driven dynamos in Dusseldorf? What about them? Them.
I am only required to give you my name and rank and serial number. And my name is General Werner.
General, I mean to get that information out of you.
Do your worst. You may torture me, beat me, whip me, burn the soles of my feet. You will get no information from me.
My dear General.
Don't hit! Don't hit me! I wear glasses, both eyes. See, I wear glasses. Don't hit.
Really, sir, did you actually think that I was about to strike you? I am compelled to remind you, sir, that in this war, we British are the good guys.
Good? You are weak, spineless, decadent. When we win the war...
Sir, how dare you? You have shown a display of audacity and arrogance unparalleled in my experience. Never forget, sir, that you are my prisoner. We shall try, during your stay, to instruct you in the virtues of humility and respect to your fellow men. Now, you are to go to your quarters, where you will remain until I send for you, at which time I shall expect to find you a bit more civilized. Dismissed.
Oh, Major.
Yes. By Jove. Wilson! Is this the motor pool? Smythe-Smith of Intelligence here. Intelligence! You know, we're the ones with the secrets and the maps and the pins on the walls and all that kind of jazz. I want you to send Private Jenkins up to my office on the double. Thank you. Oh, stop all that. That's better. Wilson, did you get a good look at that Jerry General?
I did, sir.
Look like anyone you've ever seen before.
Sir?
Jenkins, you fool. Private Jenkins of the motor pool. Disguised as von Kleinhacker, they're practically identical. We can send him behind the German lines and obtain all the information we want. Might even shorten the war.
Private Jenkins, sir!
At ease. Jenkins! Jenkins, tell me, how long have you been in His Majesty's service?
8 years, sir.
8 years.
No, sir, 8. 6, 7, 8.
Yes. Well, now, Jenkins...
Yes, sir!
Stop all that shouting. You've given me a splitting. Now, Jenkins, you've been a private all this time, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a promotion.
Thank you, sir.
Jenkins, we're upping you. We're upping you from private to general.
From private to general, sir?
That is absolutely correct. Sit down, Jenkins. Oh, sit down. Now, Jenkins, you happen to bear an uncanny resemblance to a certain Jerry General. And we're going to disguise you as this officer and send you behind their lines in the hope that you will provide us with information that will prove invaluable.
Yes, sir.
Now, your chances for survival are quite good because you're almost identical in appearance.
Yes, sir.
Except, of course, for these glasses. I think we'll just take them. They'd be a dead giveaway. Jenkins.
Yes, sir?
I want you to take a look at this photo we have. Jenkins.
Yes, sir?
What on earth is the matter with you?
Oh, it's me glasses, sir. Can't see a thing without me glasses.
Well, you have to learn to get along without them.
Yes, sir.
Now, come over here. I want to show you the photo. Now, what seems to be the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I think I stepped in some gum. Up to me knees, sir.
Well, get rid of the glasses. Here, Jenkins, take a good look at this photo. Study it closely. This is an important power plant in Dusseldorf. Do you see it?
How could one miss it, sir?
Jenkins, I want it destroyed.
Destroyed, sir.
No, Jenkins, I'm afraid you simply won't do.
Why not, sir?
Well, for one thing, there is the matter of your eyesight.
Oh, sir, I know they're not perfect, sir. But after all, can't I do me duty? After all, sir, if I could save the lives of one of me English comrades, I would be delighted to go to Germany, sir. Here, take a look out this window, sir. There is England. If I could go and save the lives of one of me countrymen, I'd be delighted to go to Germany, sir. You must send me, sir. Please, sir.
Jenkins, what you lack in eyesight, you more than make up for in patriotism. I'm sending you to Germany.
Oh, thank you, sir. You'll never regret it, sir.
But never forget this, Jenkins. Your very life depends on it. As of this moment, you are General von Kleinhacker, a German.
Yes, sir.
Not yes, sir, man. Jawohl.
Oh, yes, sir. Jawohl, sir.
That's it. You're a German. I want you to think German. I want you to breathe German. You're a German from the top of your head to the tips of your tippy-tip toes. Remember that. Never forget that you are German, German, German. Hello? What? Smashing news. It's over. We've won. We've won the war. We've beaten the Kraut.
Crowd? Who are you calling a crowd?
Yeah.
When we win the war, we will have you all surrounded.
I've never missed a cue in my whole life. I couldn't change my pants, but I never missed a cue. What are you laughing at? Oh, dear. If you had any idea of how much we depend on the people backstage, you would really be amazed. I tell you, they've got a lot of people tearing clothes off and putting clothes on, a lot of people combing your hair, a lot of people pushing out and telling you where to go. But I guess that's kind of natural. I guess we all of us in our lives depend on somebody sometime or other. Or they depend on us, which makes it equally effective. You know that sketch we did before with the fellas in the space capsule? Can you imagine, with one man going up in the air, how many people on the ground they depend on? Thousands and thousands of people. And I have been an extremely fortunate fellow. I have met most of the people who are on our space program. They're really an incredible group of fellows. They really are. I say this because I, recently learned how to fly. And I have a great time flying around the country and using it as a business tool and getting from place to place. It's a very safe, efficient means of travel. But then again, you always have to depend on somebody. I was learning how to fly. Now, I must interject here. If anybody ever tells you that it's as easy to learn to fly as it is to drive an automobile, don't believe him. Well, if you want to drive a car over a cliff, it's as easy to learn how to fly. Yeah. Outside of that, it isn't. When I first started to fly, we started in a little single-engine plane. I had an instructor. His name was Dick Weaver, and he had been in the Navy. And he was a kind of a garrulous young man. And having spent so much time teaching people in airplanes, there was always the drone of the motor, you see, so he never spoke conversationally. It'd always be, use right, rudder, rudder, side right. We did this for many hours, and the first hour he taught me that a plane will fly itself much better than you can fly it. A plane really flies itself, actually. You just merely guide it. And so he shut off the engine and explained to me how the plane would glide and everything. Oh, it was beautiful, and I was terrified. And we did this for about 9 or 10 hours. And we did all the single engine, the learning to shut the engine off and emergency procedures. And about the 10th hour, I think, we were practicing at a little place called Montgomery Field. And we were shooting some landings. And he was very quiet, very confident, saying, try to remember to keep your airspeed up and get the flaps down and see that the nose is high and touch down. A kind of a welcome voice once in a while is fine, but not when they scream in your ear. He was a very good instructor, I must say. Finally, we went around, and as we were coming into land, he very casually, this is the only time he was ever quiet, he said to me, Dan, would you like to take it around yourself? And I knew eventually I was going to have to do that. That's what I was learning. And I knew then that when he said, Dan, would you like to take it around yourself, I knew that he thought that I was ready. And I knew if I didn't do it then, I probably never would at all. So I said, I said, and he said, and, well, we always used to communicate like that a lot. And now we landed, and he stepped out of the plane, and I thought he was going to say to me, okay, now, Dan, and don't forget as you come in on downwind now, make sure that you got 60-degree of flaps. And get your power off, keep your nose up, and see that you got control of the... I thought he was going to give me a lot of last-minute instructions. Not at all. We landed, he stepped out of the plane, folded the seat belts, and said, hey, redhead, don't kill yourself. And you know something? I didn't. That's why I'm here tonight. See? And if I had tried to change my pants when I was supposed to, and I couldn't make the cue, I would have killed myself, and I wouldn't have been here tonight. So you see, we always depend on somebody in our lives. As a matter of fact, I am going to sing a reprise of a song now that we did early in the show, but then I have to depend on the chorus, you see? So if you kids will come out and join me, we will show them what real dependability is. And Sammy, if you will give me the key that leads us into it. Ready? There is a brotherhood of man, brotherhood of man, of benevolent brotherhood of man, brotherhood of man, a noble tie that binds all future hearts and minds into one brotherhood of man. Your lifelong membership is free. Keep giving each brother you can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, that great big brotherhood of man? I am deeply indebted, ladies and gentlemen, to Jose Ferrer and Red Norvo, and I thank them most impossibly. My thanks to Paul Weston and his orchestra, Johnny Mann and the vocal group, Tony Sharmley and his choreopsiorians, choreographer Tipsicurian, and his dancers. And now to all of you, I'd like to say on behalf of all of us, many thanks and good night. We'll see you next week.
This program was pre-recorded.